How you going today, guys? My name is Kilk, and today I wanted to break down the game of the Guard vs Sentinels on split at the Ludwig Tarik Invitational, discussing their team comp, strengths and weaknesses, and some cool, notable rounds. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with team comp. Sentinels are running double duelist and double controller, Jet, Raze, Astra, Viper with Fade as their initiator to round out the comp. On paper, you may think that this is going to be a super explosive team comp, rapidly taking space, but interestingly enough, they were actually forced to play quite a slow game, having to contact around the map most of the time. Compared to the Guards team comp of the same double controller, then a Jet, Skye and Killjoy, Sentinel's attack speed was more towards the mid and late round versus the Guards early to mid round. The Guard were able to get double the amount of kills within the first 30 seconds of the game, which does allow for faster executes. I believe this is because without a Cypher or Killjoy, the only way Sentinels could get information outside of Fade and maybe the Boombot is by face checking, but they have nothing static. Killjoy or Cypher means as long as nothing has gone off, they're 100% not there. Alright, so let's have a look at a few pivotal rounds from the Guard. We'll start off with round 2. After losing pistol, the Guard have opted for a Stinger no armor buy and are leaning more towards A, having 3 there, Jet in ropes and Killjoy to solo B. Sentinels are on a mid default with the spike over towards B, hinting at where they want to finish up. They flush Tex out of ropes, which forces Valen to rotate and hold stairs, completely leaving mid open. Sentinels contact the Killjoy turret as Jonah P guiding lights into A main, pinging no one, which then causes a slow rotate towards B from some of the players on A. Sentinels burn the clock down, not really giving anything until about 35 seconds remaining. Smoke CT and stairs come through, followed by a Prowler and paint shells into Hell. With close sight clear and Pancada making his way through B main, Sentinels are able to flood out and take control of site, with the Guard giving it up to play for a 5v5 retake. The great thing about the Stinger is it absolutely shreds at close range, and on a map like Split, there are a lot of really tight angles and plenty of short distances. Smokes fade and Jonah P leads out with the bird, late popping it for Garage, which causes Tans to turn around and die for free as Valen and Net push out. Sentinels go 2 for 3, but then lose the next 2 1v1s, as Pancada, the clutch king, is left in a 1v2.
1 HP.
One shot, that's all it takes.
Pancada wins
He's the closer. He's the closer.
No grab well.
Oh,
A rare L from Pancada, and the Guard convert their round 2 force. Moving on to round 10, the Guard are set up 2-1-2, looking to get aggressive out B main early with the Skye and Jet, having Killjoy playing really passive off their util over on A. Meanwhile, Sentinels are in a 3-player mid default with 2 controllers on each of the extremities. Guard push out B main and secure the orb as Pancada gets contact that there are at least 2 players there. Immediately, this causes the 3 mid players to rotate through sewers to aggress A, leaving Pancada to lurk in Ramen. They go 1 for 1 as Sen execute onto A.
this comp for the Guard, I feel like might struggle a little bit when they, or excuse me, for Sen might struggle when they get to defense.
An awesome bait from Zekken allows Tans to clear out Net from backside, as Sassy helps set up Def get into a pretty ratty spot in ramps, perfect for the Stinger. Unfortunately though, with Astra dying so early, Sassy isn't able to cross with the spike and dies out in the open. Def gets one but gets traded as Valen punishes Zekken trying to cross. Left in a 2v1, Valen hides until Trent groups up with him so he can trade if necessary, but isn't required and the Guard get to 6. I just want to quickly talk about the Guard's B setup on round 11, even though they end up losing the round. Astra is playing backside with a Star and a Nano here, with Killjoy playing around the other side of Pillar. This smoke from Valen allows him more space to maneuver around backside and default, and it funnels Sentinels towards Heaven and the Killjoy. If they were to dash through, he's there to punish and the Nano Swarm to stop any trades from taking place. Moving on to the Guards attacking half, round 17. They have 4 towards B main with Skye on the lurk over at A. Being the only initiator, you don't really expect the Skye to be lurking, and their flash instantly pulls the ropes player over towards A. Pancada jiggles pillar and spots a bunch of players and completely falls off, as the guard smoke heaven, grab well plus snakebite on default to try and catch anyone escaping, and a Nova pulse behind pillar. They get the plant and the Viper's pit down relatively uncontested.
It forces everybody in the pit to be 1 HP no matter what.
I see.
Oh, that's just spray, I think. Catch on to that.
What's going on?
3 members play within the pit and Jonah P picks Sassy as the smoke fades from B main. Sentinels aren't in positions to trade off each other as they try and enter, and the guard are able to pick them off one at a time and end up securing the round. Now this is how you fake a site. 3 towards B, Astro and Viper in sewers towards A. Sentinels have 10s towards B with an op, Pancada in heaven watching mid, and the remaining 3 on site over at A. The barriers lift and Jonah P dogs B main, forcing 10s off the line. Sassy throws a horn over towards A main, and since the 2 players are tucked in sewers, it scans nobody as Killjoy invests the lockdown, and it instantly draws over 2 players from A, then the third as Tex hits a god knife.
Really sell it too.
I mean,
to be
we only
fair,
saw
if it
him.
wasn't a fake, it would be very successful.
Oh, they got the pit.
Tex ends up overheating a little bit as Trent dumps the Viper's pit on A. Zekin is so dialed in and is able to deny the spike plant, then is so dialed out and drops and dies to the player sitting in hell. 3v3, but having to play into the pit is just such a tall ask, especially when it's against Trent, and the guard get to 12.
Do they have anything to... No, they've got no prowlers.
Yeah, this is tough. Oh, overextension from
Okay.
Jonah.
He's alone
Wow,
on site.
Trent is so dialed in.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's been a monster.
One enemy remaining.
Man, that spot seems so good.
Yeah. It's Pancada though.
Player standing.
Nice try.
Nice.
Nearly.
Wow. What a call for the last round.
I love.
The game ends up going to OT, and after some heavy lifting by Trent, he ends the game with 39 kills and the guard secure the game. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. Until next time, see ya!